2 words, 8 letters. Self love is such a simple concept, yet, as I've come to learn, so hard to obtain. Today, so few of us actually have it, and we often then feel so lonely and unlovable. But how can we expect to love someone when we don't even love ourselves?
Thomas.
Guys, it's lunch and I'm trying this onigiri made of tofu. Like, okay. I think I see tofu over there. That's very good. And I have this vegan jerky made of seeds. They're actually quite good.
I've often wondered why I still haven't been in a relationship. The rational side of me knows that it's probably because I've been not actively seeking as much as I think. Probably, I have come to romanticize the idea of being in a relationship too much in my head, but this is what most of us do anyways. However, my inner critic, the one who unfortunately ends up speaking louder in my head, says that the reason why I'm single is not because of what I am or am not doing, but that is because I am the problem. I am simply just unlovable, not worthy of someone's time, just not enough. You've probably been told too many times that there are plenty of fish in the sea and that you eventually will find the one, the other half that will complete you. If you don't, then it's probably because you have done something wrong, or that perhaps there is something wrong with you that you might need to change, be it your looks, your interests, or just you as a whole. But it is this mindset that makes it difficult not to associate being single as saying something about how imperfect you are. It signals your mind that the reason why no one is interested in you is because of who you are, and that you should be ready to accept whatever comes your way because anyone who shows the slightest sign of affection towards you is enough, and that you should be content that they even chose you in the first place. I used to believe this so deeply, and because of that, I lost myself. Finding a partner became an obsession, a must-have, a necessity. Just like my need to breathe, I needed to be with someone in order to live. The concept was simple. In order for me to be happy in my life, I needed to be with someone else, because otherwise, I was gonna be incomplete forever. However, I now know that me trying to be with someone without accepting myself, with all my flaws and all my strength, was never going to happen. I've come to realize that if I ever want to be loved by someone else, I need to love myself equally or much more than they potentially can. That the reason why I'm still single is not because I'm unlucky or unlovable in any way, but because I still don't know who I fully am, and that I still don't love myself enough to be ready to give myself to someone else. How can I ask someone to love something I don't even like myself? How can I expect that person to tell me why I should love myself without me knowing beforehand? In my mind, it used to make sense that the reason why I was single was because of me, not having met the one, and not because of how I saw myself or how I felt about myself. Social media has planted in our heads that the right person will come when the time is right, and that we should not worry because we will instantly know when this happens.
We're gonna be late.
it has romanticized the idea that there is one person out there for all of us to feel whole again. And that in the meantime, we should just settle with what comes our way. Basically, if we continue swiping right, eventually our soulmate will appear in front of our screens. Just like that. Today, more than ever, it has become so easy to actively be seeking someone. Technology has expanded our social network, making it seem like our quest for love is as easy as it can possibly be. But why is it that, in a world with more possibilities open to us with love and to feel connected, we feel so unloved and lonely? We ask ourselves too often, what am I doing wrong? And what are others doing right that I'm not? It's so funny to think that the more we seek to have a connection with someone, the more unconnected we feel with everyone around us. And that also includes ourselves. In the process of trying to find someone that can understand us and accept us, we begin to lose ourselves and begin to question who we actually are. And the thing is, if you don't know who you are or what you want in life, it is going to be hard to know what you want in a partner. Social media makes it seem like we need to find someone in order to find ourselves, when in reality, the opposite is true. The first step to stop being single is to develop a good relationship with yourself. If you're not happy being alone, single, you'll never be happy in a relationship. And I might not be speaking from direct experience because I've been single since the day I was born, but I've seen it with my friends. Like any other couple we might see on Instagram, my friends were constantly posting how happy they were together with their boyfriends. They kept posting their ventures with them and how wonderful the life has been now that they are in it. And seeing this made me feel so lonely. However, what I didn't know was that even though they were in what seemed like a perfect relationship, they actually had never felt so lonely. They were trying to smile, but all they felt was nothing. Time to have lunch. The weather's super nice, so. But despite feeling nothing for the other person, instead of breaking things off, they decided to remain together with them, despite them being very toxic. I've come to realize that this was not because they didn't know it at the time, but because they were afraid of feeling alone. This marks the beginning of a journey. I still have to kind of get back into routine of studying and stuff, but it's been a nice week. It's been a good introduction, first week of uni kind of thing, I think. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this year goes. Hopefully it goes well. I think this is something we all struggle with. We all fear dying alone. But the thing is that there's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Being alone is a physical state of not being with someone else. Being lonely is a psychological state that is characterized by a distressing experience occurring when one's social relationships are perceived to be less in quantity and quality than what we want. Being on your own then doesn't mean that you are feeling lonely, and that if you're feeling lonely, being in a relationship won't necessarily fix this. But guys, it's cleaned and now we have to plug it and hope that it works.
Okay, it's on. Put it for 5 minutes. Also, yes, random. Look at this sweet potato. It's like the size of my face. I'm fine! And I also bought this pineapple, which is super cute. It's done, guys. And now we just have to let it cool down. I'm just excited now. Once we come back, then this is gonna be cooled down. Yes, let's go. Guys, we're trying the air fryer for the first time. I'm gonna attempt to make like some crispy tempeh. And we're gonna like let it preheat a bit. And then we're gonna put it on and see if it works. Also today, we have our girl dinner, or as I like to call it, my garbage bowl. And you guys know how obsessed I am with my garbage bowls. Yeah, I'm so excited. Look at this. Oh. Been waiting for an air fryer for a while now. After 3 failed attempts, we finally made it, guys. Can't wait to like try recipes and share recipes with you guys about air fryer techniques and stuff, you know. I love mixing my leftovers. I love garbage bowls. Let's try the crispy tempeh. Look. That's good. I'm gonna watch some YouTube because you know I'm addicted to YouTube.
Get some help.
Yeah, then do some editing and then go to sleep. Spicy. Oh, I'm still trying to build my spice tolerance with the kimchi, okay? I'm trying my best.
Something I'm working on this year is to learn to love my own company and to try to be okay with being alone. And if I ever feel lonely, that's okay because that's actually very normal. Focusing too much on being lonely, the only thing that makes us do is miss out on the opportunity to live our life. I think the main reason why so many of us hate being alone is because that would mean sitting with our negative thoughts and our negative emotions. I used to feel so shameful when I was jealous of someone else's success, or I hated myself because of something I did. And that's because I used to confuse self-love with endless positivity and endless optimism. And that's why I wanted to have someone, because I never wanted to be too alone with my own thoughts. Because every time I was alone, it meant that I had to confront it. But it was not until I started embracing the silence that I started to love myself slowly.
But now that we have breakfast, also with tea, let's go try this. So let's see how good this is. Oh, that's good. This cashew sauce is thick. A little bit for you, and now for me. So we've done our hair, we've changed to a quick outfit. Now we're ready to go. I'm so excited. The only thing we have not done is clean the dishes. I'm too lazy to do that. Also, I'm a bit on rush. So let's put our shoes on and go.
Of course, when I was feeling lonely, I wanted to change all those negative thoughts. But then I realized that I can't change them, but I can stop believing in them. I could listen to them and choose not to identify with them. The voice in our head are not who we are. Who we are is something that we choose ourselves. There is essentially two worlds we're living in: the real world and the world that we perceive we're living in. Our lives are lived through our eyes. Your interactions with the world and those around you, your thoughts, and how you interpret events, everything. The way we choose to react to our thoughts and our emotions is what separates the understanding of what made a good day versus a bad day. What made you believe that you were lovable or unlovable. Hence, when it comes to your reality, it depends on how much you love and take care of you. When you begin to love yourself, the more you will feel love around you.
Good tight.
There was a period in my life where I used to hate myself so much that no matter what I did, it was never good enough. No matter what I did, I felt like an imposter. I needed others to verify that what I was doing was the right thing because I lost who I was. But I've learned that the less you love yourself, listen to yourself, and understand yourself, the more confused, angry, and frustrating your reality will be.
Guys, it's time to go. We have to rush, so yeah, the class. I hope I'm not late. Let's go. I got a little bit wet.
And just write to us or put it in.
But guys, now it's time to have dinner. Almost done with editing. I just need to add the music and export it, and I will be done.
That's what I've come to learn, that despite me trying to always fake a smile, the time where I hated myself the most, the only thing I could focus on was how everything was crumbling around me. It used to frustrate me so much not knowing how to love myself and how simple it seemed for so many people around me. In the beginning, I used to think that it was just a state of mind, that hating myself was just something that would pass by and I would eventually reach full acceptance of myself and actually love myself. But actually, self-love is more than just a state of mind. It's also a series of actions and habits that we need to take every day and embed them into our everyday life.
So we've packed lunch, we've packed our bag, and now we're ready to go. So let's go, because we're late. Is anyone surprised at this point? Like,
Get some help.
look at the little dog. Actually, it took me 20 minutes to make this. Very proud.
When we have become so used to believe that the problem in everything around us is essentially us, we have essentially wired our brain to always choose hatred over self-acceptance, over self-love, over self-compassion. Having hated myself for so long and never seeing good in what I did, I essentially told my brain that whatever I did, no matter what it was, that was the route it was going to take. So, having self love is just like any other habit. If you want to incorporate more of it in your life, you have to work for it. Step by step, every day, it's something that you actively need to choose. Self love doesn't come from thin air.
Good night, and see you tomorrow for the last day of induction week. So, it's been a while since I've had a bread bowl for breakfast, like a yogurt bread bowl. This is so comforting, really. I just quickly finish this, change, brush teeth, do face, and then leave. Because we literally have to leave in 20-25 minutes. See?
The key to self love is just that. Take it step by step to change how you are viewing yourself every day, and it slowly will become second nature. Change is so important if you want a better life. Like I always say, the only constant thing in life is change. To live a fulfilling life, it's important to keep learning, growing, and improving. Working on yourself is not you being selfish. It's actually quite the opposite. Once we start working on ourselves and we reconcile with who we are right now, that is when we can shift our focus from our own problems and helping others. The more self love you foster, the more love you can give, and the more love will come your way. Working on trying to love myself a bit more every day has helped me to better understand myself, accept myself, and I've actually become more confident in myself. Today, I'm at a place where I don't care if I'm single or in a relationship. I don't see myself as needing another half to complete me because I'm already whole. And I don't want to find another half. I want to find another whole that can enhance who I am already. And when that will happen, I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep working on myself. To be honest, I still have a lot to learn. I still struggle with loving myself, especially when I'm very stressed and anxious about the things that are happening around me. But now I know that those things I cannot control no matter how hard I try. And that's okay because what I can control is how I turn them around, use them to see them as lessons, as opportunities for me to grow, to understand myself better and my emotions. I've come to a point in my life where I don't want to be lost anymore. I want to find myself. So far, it has not been a smooth ride, and I know it will never be, because it is actually through the hard moments that change really happens. Don't try to rush it. The most important thing is that you persevere, that you take baby steps towards self love. And this is a journey you have to start alone. And it will take time, but know that if you keep at it, eventually you will start to see how much love there is around you and be able to choose someone who you can see this love together with.
Can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky. And I feel so lucky I met you.